What if the penny you casually tossed into a jar last week is worth $3 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you it's not just possible, it's happening? Somewhere in the United States right now, someone is sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. Could that someone be you? A penny minted in 2009 with no mint mark is creating waves in the coin collecting world. These humble little coins, often overlooked, have skyrocketed in value. But here's the catch. Not every 2009 penny is worth millions. Knowing what to look for can make the difference between cashing in big or letting a life-changing opportunity slip through your fingers. Don't believe me? Keep watching, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot these rare gems, why they're so valuable, and whether your penny could be the one to transform your life. Now, let's dig into why these 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies are causing such a stir. In 2009, the U.S. Mint celebrated the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth by releasing a special series of pennies. Each design told a different story of Lincoln's life. But here's where it gets intriguing. Some pennies were struck without the usual mint mark, and a handful had rare errors that sent collectors into a frenzy. And let's be real. When was the last time you really inspected a penny? If you're like most people, the answer is somewhere between never and it's just a penny. But trust me, after this, you'll never look at loose change the same way again. So, why are these coins worth so much? It boils down to rarity, condition, and demand. The 2009 no-mint mark pennies with specific errors, like double-die obverse or reverse features, have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. We're talking auction prices north of 6 figures. Some unique examples have even been rumored to fetch close to $3 million. But here's the kicker. There's one detail about these coins that collectors don't want you to know. We'll get to that in a minute, but first, let's talk about how to spot one of these valuable pennies. First, pull out your 2009 pennies and check for a mint mark. If there's no mark under the date, you're already ahead of the game. Next, examine the coin under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look for distinct features like doubling on the letters or an unusual finish on the surface. These subtle details could mean the difference between a regular penny and one worth life-changing money. Now, here's the part one mentioned earlier, the detail collectors won't tell you. Many of these high-value coins have been found in circulation. Yes, that means they could be sitting in your pocket, a jar on your dresser, or even stuck between your car seats right now. Think about it. How ironic would it be if your car snack money turned out to be worth more than the car itself? But before you rush to check your change, there's one essential step you need to take to avoid getting scammed by counterfeit coins. Missing this could cost you thousands. Stick around. I'm about to show you how to protect yourself. If you've made it this far, congratulations. You're already ahead of most people who'll never even consider their pocket change could be a goldmine. But don't stop here. Your next step is simple. Start inspecting those coins, educate yourself on what collectors are looking for, and, most importantly, take action. This could be your ticket to financial freedom. Imagine the relief of paying off debts, the thrill of buying your dream home, or the joy of treating your loved ones. It all starts with one penny. So what are you waiting for? Don't just be a collector of pennies, be a collector of possibilities. And who knows, the next millionaire story might just be yours. Do you have a humble penny sitting in a jar somewhere? What if I told you it could be worth up to $2.9 million? Yes. A simple copper coin from 1961 with the tiny D mint mark could change your life forever. Before you dismiss this as just another too-good-to-be-true story, ask yourself this. What's the risk of checking your spare change? Because while some people scoff, others are cashing in and walking away as millionaires. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes you'll learn exactly why the 1961 D penny is so valuable, how to spot one, and how to maximize its worth if you're lucky enough to own one. And trust me, you'll want to hear about one little known mistake some sellers make that costs them thousands of dollars. But first, when was the last time you looked at your coins? Maybe it's time for a closer inspection. Alright, let's dive in. The 1961 D Lincoln penny might look ordinary, but it's anything but. This coin was minted in Denver, hence the small d below the year, and made mostly of copper. So what makes it special? 3 key factors: rarity, condition, and errors. First, let's talk rarity. Not every 1961 D penny is worth millions. But the ones that are, they have unique characteristics, like a rare dye error or being preserved in pristine condition, called mint state. These coins weren't circulated, meaning they look almost untouched. Imagine finding one that looks as flawless as the day it was minted. It's like holding a piece of frozen history. Speaking of errors, here's where it gets really interesting. Some 1961 D pennies were struck with a double die, a mistake during production where the image is imprinted twice, slightly misaligned. These rare errors make collectors' hearts race and their wallets open. Now, let's get personal. Imagine holding a coin that could fetch $2.9 million at auction. What would you do first? Would you book that dream vacation, pay off your mortgage, or simply savor the freedom of financial security? Before you go flipping through your stash, let's reset for a moment. Are you feeling a little skeptical right now? It's normal. After all, who really believes a penny could be worth that much? Let me share a quick story to refocus. A man from Texas found a rare penny while cleaning out his late grandfather's belongings. That coin sold for over $1.7 million, all because he took the time to check. What's sitting in your drawer, just waiting to be discovered? Look for the D mint mark below the year. If it's there, congratulations, you've passed the first hurdle. Inspect the coin's condition. If it's shiny, smooth, and free of scratches, you might have something special. Check for errors. Look for doubling in the date, mint mark, or lettering. Not sure what to look for? Snap a picture and consult a professional appraiser or a coin dealer. It's worth the effort. And here's the cliffhanger I promised. There's one detail about the 1961 D penny that most people miss. It's so subtle that even seasoned collectors often overlook it. I'll reveal that secret in an upcoming video, so if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. But let me leave you with this thought. Every day you delay could mean someone else cashes in on their hidden fortune. Coins like these are getting rarer by the second. Don't let yours slip away unnoticed. Do you have a 1976 Lincoln penny hiding in your pocket change? What if I told you it could be worth up to $2.8 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single coin, often overlooked, could change your life forever. Imagine trading a penny for a life of luxury, vacations, and financial freedom. But here's the catch. Most people have no idea what to look for, and even worse, they might accidentally give away their fortune without realizing it. Could you be one of them? Today, we'll uncover the secret behind the 1976 D Lincoln penny and how it skyrocketed to such astronomical value. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes these coins worth millions and how to check if you own one. So, stick around. Missing this could cost you more than just a penny. First, let's talk about why the 1976 D penny is so special. This isn't just any coin from the Denver Mint. Certain pennies from that year have distinct errors, like double die obverse or unusual minting quirks, that make collectors go wild. These imperfections transform ordinary coins into treasures worth fighting over at auctions. Here's where it gets fascinating. In 2017, one of these rare 1976 D pennies sold for $2.8 million. That's more than most people make in a lifetime. And no, this isn't some myth or urban legend. It's real. Now, let me ask you something. When was the last time you checked your loose change or that old jar of coins collecting dust in the back of your closet? If your answer is never, don't worry, you're not alone. Most of us just see pennies as those annoying coins that fall out of our wallets and into our car seats. But here's why you should care. Hidden in that jar might be your ticket to financial freedom. What makes these coins so valuable isn't just their rarity. It's the story they tell, about mistakes made at the mint, about collectors who'd pay anything to own a piece of history. It's about supply and demand. And right now, demand is through the roof. But what exactly should you look for on your 1976 D penny to know if it's worth a fortune? The answer might surprise you. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. If you're looking for that jackpot coin, here's what to check. The D below the date tells you this penny came from the Denver Mint. Look for things like doubling on the words Liberty or In God We Trust. Even a subtle doubling could mean your coin is rare. The better the condition, the higher the value. Coins graded as mint state fetch the biggest bucks. Now, if you're thinking, I don't have a magnifying glass, don't worry, neither did I until yesterday. But trust me, it's worth the investment. Now imagine this. You find a 1976 D penny with one of these rare traits. You send it off to be professionally graded, and boom, you're holding a coin worth thousands, maybe even millions. Think about what you could do with that kind of money. Pay off your mortgage. Travel the world. Finally live life on your terms. But here's the thing, time is ticking. These coins are only getting harder to find. Every day, more are lost, damaged, or tucked away forever. Don't let your fortune slip through your fingers. Final cliffhanger. Still wondering if your penny might be the one? In my next video, I'll reveal how to get your coins appraised for free and avoid scams that could rob you of your treasure. So, don't miss it. Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're diving into the jaw-dropping story of the 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin that could be hiding in your change jar right now, and it's worth up to $2.70 million. Let me ask you something. Have you ever casually tossed a penny aside, thinking it's worthless? Don't worry, we've all been there. But what if that little copper coin you overlooked could completely change your life? Stick with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to identify this valuable penny, what makes it so special, and why you need to start checking your coins today. But hey, before you run to grab your spare change, let me warn you, there's a reason most people never find these rare coins, and it's not just luck. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this coin is so valuable, and why collectors are willing to pay millions for it. So, don't click away, because missing this could be the most expensive mistake of your life. First, let's talk about what makes the 1980 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny so extraordinary. It's not just a fluke, it's a treasure. Back in 1980, the Philadelphia Mint produced these pennies without their usual P mint mark. This wasn't intentional. It was an error. But what does that mean for you? Think of it this way, imagine if Coca-Cola accidentally produced bottles with a missing label. Those error bottles would instantly become collector's items, right? The same applies here, but instead of a soda bottle, it's a humble penny. Now here's where it gets exciting. While millions of pennies were made that year, only a tiny fraction have this error, making them insanely rare. And in the world of coin collecting, rarity equals value. One of these pennies was recently auctioned for over $2.70 million. Imagine holding a penny in your hand that's worth more than your dream home. Crazy, right? But here's the kicker. Most people don't even know what to look for. And that's why I'm about to reveal how to spot this rare coin. So keep watching, because this next part is crucial. So, how can you tell if you've struck gold, or in this case, copper? Here's what you need to do. Check the date. Look for a penny with the year 1980 on it. Turn the coin over. If there's no P mint mark under the date, you've got a potential winner. If the coin is in pristine condition, its value skyrockets. Consider getting it professionally graded. And no, putting it under a flashlight or squinting at it for hours won't increase its value. Trust me, I've tried. Now, here's where urgency comes into play. The value of rare coins like this is climbing every year as collectors hunt for them. The longer you wait, the higher the chance these coins will disappear into private collections forever. So, go check your piggy bank, your junk drawer, or that random coffee can in your garage. You might be sitting on a life-changing fortune without even realizing it. But here's the thing, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Did you know there are other coins out there worth just as much, if not more? If you want to uncover more hidden treasures like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join me on this incredible journey. Because sometimes, the path to wealth isn't about earning more. It's about uncovering the value you already have. 1984 Lincoln penny could be worth up to $2.6 million? Yes, you heard that right. That tiny, forgotten coin in your junk drawer could make you a millionaire. The question is, do you have it? And if not, will you let this opportunity pass you by? Before you go running to check your couch cushions, let me save you some time. No, that sticky penny stuck to your dashboard probably isn't the one. But stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and it might just be sitting in your pocket right now. Let's dive in and uncover the story, the value, and the life-changing potential of the 1984 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. The 1984 Lincoln penny might look unremarkable at first glance, but it carries a secret. This particular coin was struck without a mint mark, meaning it didn't come from the usual Denver or San Francisco mints. Its origin is shrouded in mystery, and it's this anomaly that makes it a treasure worth millions. Why? Because when it comes to coins, rarity equals value. And this penny is rare enough to make collectors salivate. But what makes this specific coin worth millions when other 1984 pennies barely buy you a stick of gum? The answer lies in a mistake, a tiny, accidental detail that turned this coin into a fortune. The secret to the 1984 penny's value lies in a doubling error on the coin's obverse. Collectors call it the 1984 double die obverse. Look closely at Lincoln's face and the inscriptions, especially the words Liberty and In God We Trust. If you notice slight doubling or blurring, congratulations, you've struck gold. Or, well, copper in this case. Quick question. When was the last time you even looked at a penny instead of tossing it into a jar? Exactly. Maybe it's time to pay attention to the little things. Now, here's where it gets exciting. If you find this doubling, you're not looking at just another penny. You're holding a ticket to wealth. But before you go rummaging through every coin you've ever touched, let's talk numbers. The current market value of the 1984 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny can range from hundreds to thousands of dollars in lower grades. But in pristine, mint condition, this penny has fetched up to $2.6 million in auction. That's not just life-changing, that's generation-changing. So, how do you know if your penny is worth the big bucks or just another 1-cent piece? The answer lies in a simple but crucial step most people overlook. To determine your penny's worth, you'll need to get it authenticated by a professional coin grader. Organizations like PCGS or NGC specialize in this, and they'll confirm whether your penny is the real deal. Trust me, spending a little on authentication could unlock millions. And no, your cousin Bob who knows about coins doesn't count as a professional appraiser. Unless Bob works for PCGS, let's leave it to the experts. But here's the thing, time is not on your side. The coin market is booming, and collectors are more desperate than ever to get their hands on rare pieces like this. Hesitate too long, and you might miss the boat. Imagine what $2.6 million could do for you. Pay off your mortgage, send your kids to college debt-free, travel the world, or start that dream business you've been putting off. This isn't just about a coin. It's about a chance to change your life forever. And remember, the 1984 penny isn't the only valuable coin out there. There are countless others hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. So, what if I told you there's an even rarer penny that could make the 1984 coin look average? But that's a story for another video. So here's what you need to do next. Grab every penny you can find, your jars, your car, even your wallet. Examine them closely, and if you think you've struck gold, get it authenticated. Don't let this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity slip through your fingers. This is your moment to turn a penny into a fortune and live the life you've always dreamed of. The only question left is, will you take the first step? What if I told you there's a small, shiny piece of copper hiding in plain sight, possibly in your pocket right now, that could make you a millionaire? Imagine finding a 1985 D. Lincoln penny and realizing it's worth a jaw-dropping $2.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. $2.5 million. Now, before you shrug this off as just another coin story, let me ask you this. Are you sure you haven't overlooked one of these treasures in your change jar? Or worse, accidentally spent it on a cup of coffee? Stay with me, because in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to reveal why this coin is so valuable, how to identify if you've got one, and what to do to cash in big. And trust me, you don't want to miss this, because by the end of this video, you might just find yourself holding the key to a luxurious lifestyle you never imagined. Oh, and spoiler alert, this isn't just a penny, it's a ticket to freedom. All right, let's dive in. First, why is a humble 1985 D penny worth millions? It all starts at the Denver Mint in 1985. While billions of pennies rolled off the production line, a few were struck with unique errors. Flaws so rare that collectors today are willing to pay a fortune for them. But here's where it gets exciting. Unlike most rare coins that sit locked away in collections, this one could still be out there, waiting to be found. How many times have you casually tossed a penny into a jar, never stopping to check its details? What if, all this time, one of those pennies was a fortune in disguise? Now, I know what you're thinking. A penny worth millions. That's got to be a typo. But let me assure you, it's real. The 1985 D penny is legendary among collectors because of its distinct minting errors, including double dies and off-center strikes. But what makes these errors so valuable? And how can you tell if your penny is the one everyone's hunting for? Check below the date. If there's a tiny D under the 1985, congratulations, you're one step closer. Look closely at the details. Do the letters or numbers look doubled? Is the penny slightly off-center? These are your golden clues. The shinier and better preserved the coin, the higher its value. But even a worn-out 1985 D penny with errors can fetch you a life-changing sum. Now, here's the urgent part. Collectors are actively searching for these coins, and the demand is only growing. Some have already been sold at auctions for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the most pristine example? That's where the $2.5 million figure comes in. You're at a garage sale and someone's selling old coins for 25 cents each. You spot a 1985 D penny, take it home, and boom, it's worth more than a Lamborghini. Sounds crazy, right? But crazier things have happened at so. Here's the $1 million, or should I say, $2.50 million question. Have you checked your pennies lately? Don't let fear of missing out keep you up tonight. Go grab that jar, that old drawer, even your wallet, and start inspecting. Because every second you wait, that life-changing coin could slip further away. And when you find it, because I believe you will, don't hesitate. Get it appraised, reach out to collectors, and turn your dreams into reality. It's just a penny. What's it worth? Well, what if I told you that one of those pennies, yes, a simple old Lincoln penny from 1986, could be worth up to $2.40 million? That's right, millions of dollars. And it's sitting there, possibly in your pocket or buried in a jar with hundreds of other pennies you've been collecting over the years. Stick with me because today we're diving deep into how this ordinary penny became extraordinary and how you could cash in on it. Now, we all know the Lincoln penny, right? A coin that's as American as apple pie and road trips. But the 1986 no-mint mark penny? That's something very different. This isn't just any penny. This is a rare, almost mythical version of the coin that has sent collectors into a frenzy. Here's where the story starts to get interesting. In 1986, the U.S. Mint produced most pennies with a mint mark to show which facility they were struck in. But some of these pennies were missing that mint mark, and no one knows for sure why. Was it a mistake or a rare error that made this coin even more valuable? Either way, it's this mistake or perhaps this rarity that turned these pennies into treasure. Imagine holding a penny worth thousands of dollars, or even millions. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, come on, is this really happening? A penny that's worth more than my car. And I get it. Sounds crazy. But stick with me for a moment. We're just getting started. So, what makes the 1986 no-mint mark penny so valuable? First off, you need to understand that rare coins like this are like diamonds. There's only a limited supply, and demand for them is growing by the day. These pennies are the holy grail of coin collecting because they're so rare. The U.S. Mint didn't keep records of how many were made without mint marks. Some say only a handful of these coins exist in circulation, which makes finding one even more special. But here's the kicker. The value of these coins isn't just about rarity. It's about the condition. If your 1986 no-mint mark penny is in pristine condition with sharp details, no damage, and minimal wear, it could fetch thousands, if not millions, at an auction. In fact, the highest known sale of a 1986 no-mint mark penny was for $2.4 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $2.4 million. Just for a penny that most people would throw into a jar or toss out without a second thought. Think about that for a second. What would you do with $2.4 million? Would you upgrade your home, travel the world, or secure your financial future? The possibilities are endless, but it all starts with knowing what you have in your pocket. Now, I know what you're thinking. How the heck do I know if I've got one of these pennies? Well, don't go running to your coin jar just yet. We're going to get into that in a second. But first, let me tell you why the 1986 no-mint mark penny could be hiding right under your nose, and you might not even know it. Alright, let's get down to business. How do you find a 1986 no-mint mark penny in your collection? Simple. Start by checking the year and examining the front of the coin. A genuine 1986 no mint mark penny will have no mint mark on the reverse side, where you usually see the D or S for Denver or San Francisco. Now, once you find your potential gold mine, the next step is all about condition. A coin's grade can mean the difference between pocket change and millions of dollars. A well-preserved coin with minimal wear, no scratches, and a sharp image of Abraham Lincoln will fetch much more. If you think you've got one of these valuable coins, the next step is getting it appraised. An expert in coin grading will determine its value based on its condition, rarity, and other key factors. If it's in excellent condition, you could be looking at a serious payday. You need to do your research. Auctions, reputable dealers, and even online platforms are your best bet for maximizing the price. Some pennies have sold for millions, while others might go for a few thousand. Still impressive, but the key is knowing where to sell it to get top dollar. These pennies are rare, and the demand for rare coins is only going to increase. The longer you wait, the more likely it is that someone else will get their hands on it before you do. So what are you waiting for? That 1986 no mint mark penny could be the key to a wealthier future, and it's out there, just waiting for you to find it. Now, I'm not saying you should go to every flea market or yard sale looking for 1986 pennies, but hey, maybe it's time to give those old coin jars a second glance, right? Maybe there's more than just dust and lint in there after all. Your opportunity to turn a simple coin into a life-changing amount of money. So, get out there, dig through those pennies, and start searching for that 1986 no mint mark Lincoln penny. It might just be the key to living the life you've always dreamed of. And remember, don't wait. The market is only going to get more competitive, so act fast before someone else snatches up what could be your million-dollar penny. I believe in you. And I know that with a little time and effort, you could be the next person to make a small fortune from something as simple as a penny. Now go ahead, start looking through those coins, and let me know in the comments if you find anything valuable. Who knows? Maybe the next millionaire coin collector could be you. But before you go, what if there's another coin from this same era that's even more valuable than the 1986 no mint mark penny? Stay tuned for the next video, where I reveal another rare coin that could make you even more money. You won't want to miss it. This coin could change your life. Yes, you heard that right. One single penny from 2002, with a small letter D on the back, could be worth up to $2.3 million. What's the catch? How do you find it? Stick around because this penny is more valuable than you could ever imagine. And today, I'm going to show you how you can get your hands on one. If you've been collecting pennies or just digging through old change, then you might just have an absolute gold mine sitting in your pocket. But don't wait too long. The clock is ticking, and these rare pennies aren't waiting for anyone. Let's dive into the details. The 2002 D mint mark Lincoln penny, despite being one of the most common years in the modern penny collection, holds a secret, one that's not so well known by the average person. These pennies were mass-produced, but a very small percentage were struck with a minting error that makes them worth millions. That D on the back? It's a small detail, but it's a game changer. You see, the D represents the Denver Mint, and it's these coins with certain features that have turned into valuable treasures. Let's talk about why these pennies are worth so much and what makes them stand out from your average pocket change. But here's the thing. Finding a rare 2002 D Lincoln penny isn't as simple as just picking one out of your jar of coins. Oh no, it's a tricky process that requires patience, knowledge, and sometimes a little bit of luck. The key lies in the error that occurred during minting. These pennies were mistakenly struck with uneven pressure, causing the features to distort, and in some cases, the design to be misaligned. This error makes them highly sought after by collectors. You could have one of these rare pennies sitting in your collection right now. But how can you be sure if you've found one? This is where the fear kicks in. What if you missed it? What if this penny, worth millions, is sitting unnoticed in your jar, right next to those other ordinary pennies? Don't panic. I'm here to show you how to spot it. But before we get into the exact details, let's talk about why you need to act fast. The market for rare coins is incredibly volatile. It could be worth $100 one week and $2.3 million the next. And once these coins are snatched up by the right collectors, they're gone. The window to cash in on this opportunity is closing. So, How do you find a 2002D mint Mark Lincoln penny that's worth this kind of money? It's all about the details. Here's what you need to look for. First, examine the mint mark closely. The D should be sharp and clear, with no signs of smearing or distortion. Second, check the edges of the coin. A rare penny will have crisp edges with no signs of wear or smoothing. Lastly, look at the Lincoln image. This should be sharp and the facial details should be well defined. If these details are off, you might be looking at the penny that's worth thousands. All right. You might be thinking, but where do I even sell this thing? I hear you. If you find a rare 2002D mint Mark Lincoln penny, you want to make sure you sell it the right way. I'll be honest with you, the market for rare coins can be tricky, and it's easy to get scammed if you don't know where to go. That's why I'll be sharing more tips on how to protect yourself and make sure you're getting the best value for your coin in just a moment. But that's not all. Stay tuned, because in just a moment, I'm going to show you how some people are turning these rare pennies into massive profits, and how you can do the same. Plus, I'll share the one mistake that could cost you a fortune if you don't pay attention. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Before I go, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay updated with the latest coin tips and insider secrets. You don't want to miss out on more valuable pennies, rare finds, and money-making opportunities. The sooner you start, the sooner you could be cashing in. Remember, fortune favors the prepared. Imagine holding a small, ordinary penny in your hand. You think it's just another coin, right? But what if I told you that one tiny, seemingly worthless piece of metal could be worth up to $2.2 million? That's right, $2.2 million. Does that get your heart racing? It should. Because today, we're diving into one of the most extraordinary finds in the world of coin collecting, the 2007D mint Mark Lincoln penny. A coin that could turn your financial future around if you know what to look for. But here's the catch. Not every 2007 penny is worth this kind of money. No, only a select few possess the rare traits that make them so valuable. You're sifting through a jar of pennies you've been collecting for years. You never gave them much thought until now. You're on the hunt for something special. Maybe it's a rare 1943 copper penny or a 1955 double die. But then you spot something. A 2007D mint Mark Lincoln penny that at first glance, it looks like every other penny. But when you do a little digging, you realize this coin is anything but ordinary. This penny could be the key to your financial freedom. The 2007D mint Mark Lincoln penny is a coin that many collectors overlook. But to those who know the value, it's like finding hidden treasure. You see, rare pennies don't have to be centuries old to be worth millions. They can be from just a few decades ago. And the 2007D is one of those exceptions. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. The 2007D penny can be worth up to $2.2 million, and it all comes down to one very important detail that you probably never even noticed when you first picked it up. But before we get to that, let's take a look at how this penny became so valuable. In 2007, the US Mint was operating at full speed, cranking out millions of pennies. But somehow, in the midst of this massive production, a tiny error slipped through the cracks. This mistake turned out to be a game-changer for collectors and investors. So, what's the deal with this particular penny? It all comes down to minting errors. You see, there's a specific variety of the 2007D mint Mark Lincoln penny that has a rare double die error. This means the design on the coin was struck twice, causing a distortion in the text and the features of Abraham Lincoln's face. That subtle yet powerful difference makes all the difference in the world. It transforms this penny from an ordinary coin into a collector's dream, worth millions of dollars. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can I tell if my 2007D penny has this error? That's where it gets tricky. The error isn't always obvious to the naked eye. But if you know what to look for, you could be holding the key to a fortune right in your hands. Before we get into the exact steps to identify the error, let's talk about why these types of rare coins are so valuable. Why is this penny so valuable? The simple scarcity. The double die error is so rare that only a handful of these coins exist in circulation today. And, as with any rare collectible, the rarer the coin, the more valuable it becomes. You've probably heard the saying, "They don't make M like they used to." Well, that's true when it comes to these coins. The 2007 double die Lincoln penny is one of those rare finds that will keep collectors and investors scrambling to get their hands on it. But here's the thing. Time is ticking. The market for rare coins is competitive, and the longer you wait, the more chances someone else might discover the hidden gem that could make you rich. So, what can you do right now to take action and claim your fortune? To identify a 2007 mint mark Lincoln penny with the double die error, you need to carefully inspect the date and the wording around Lincoln's head. If the text or the details appear doubled or shifted, you might have a winner. But that's not all. You'll want to examine the mint mark too. The D mint mark should be clear, but look closely for any signs of distortion. These are the crucial details that could mean the difference between holding onto a 1-cent coin or $1 million asset. So, now that you know what makes these pennies so valuable, here's the million-dollar question. Where can you sell this treasure? I'm going to share exactly where you can find buyers who are willing to pay top dollar for these rare coins. But that's going to be in the next video. Trust me, you'll want to stick around for that because the next step could change everything for you. If you're serious about turning your collection into a fortune, hit that subscribe button now and don't miss out on our next video, where we'll show you exactly how to sell your rare pennies for the highest price. Remember, fortune favors the bold, and with the right knowledge, you could be holding the coin that changes your life. The 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is worth up to $2.1 million. Yes, you heard that right. This seemingly ordinary penny could make you wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. But here's the thing, there's a catch. Only a select few people have ever discovered just how much it's worth, and today you're about to learn if you're holding one of them. Let me ask you, what if the pennies in your collection weren't just a stack of loose change but treasures waiting to be sold for life-changing sums? The time to act is now. But first, let's dive into the mystery of this incredible coin. In 2015, the U.S. Mint released a series of Lincoln pennies, but there was one strange anomaly. Some of them came without a mint mark. This small missing detail could be the key to unlocking a fortune. But how do you know if your penny is the one worth millions? First, let's talk about why this penny is so valuable. You see, every year millions of pennies are minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. These mints stamp their mark on each penny, indicating where it was made. But in 2015, a few pennies slipped through the cracks, literally. Some of them didn't have a mint mark at all, making them incredibly rare. So rare, in fact, that it's estimated there are only a handful of these coins in circulation today. Now, here's the kicker. The 2015 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is not just a curiosity. It's a collector's dream and has been known to sell for up to $2.1 million at auction. Yes, you could be holding on to a literal fortune and you wouldn't even know it. And no, I'm not joking. I can almost hear you saying, "That's crazy. There's no way." But trust me, this is real. And here's where it gets even crazier. Those pennies you have sitting in a jar in your closet? They could be worth a lot more than you think. So how do you find this elusive treasure? The key is in the details. You need to pay close attention to your pennies. Does it have the missing mint mark? If so, you might just have one of the most valuable coins in the world. But here's where fear sets in for a lot of people. Time is ticking. Every day that passes without you checking your pennies could mean you're losing out on a huge opportunity. With so few of these coins in existence, the longer you wait, the less chance you have of cashing in on this windfall. The good news? Identifying the coin is easier than you think. Here's what you need to look for. The year is 2015, and when you flip the coin over, you'll see a blank space where the mint mark should be. That's your red flag. And it's a red flag that could turn into a green check for millions. But don't stop there. There's one more detail you must know. If you find this penny, you need to get it graded by a professional coin grading service. This can make or break your sale. The condition of the coin, the sharpness of the details, and the rarity all factor into how much it could sell for. A mint condition 2015 no mint mark penny could fetch the highest price. But here's the real truth. The clock is ticking. You need to act quickly, because every day that passes could mean one less opportunity to cash in on this life-changing discovery. You don't want to be left wondering, what if? Trust me, the time is now. What if I told you that there are collectors out there, ready and willing to pay top dollar for this coin? Imagine getting a call saying your penny just sold for $2.1 million. Can you feel that excitement? The thrill of knowing you found something so valuable, so rare, that it changes everything. But here's the reality, not everyone will find this coin. Not everyone will be willing to put in the time to search through their pennies, to identify the ones worth millions, to get them graded and auctioned off. Some people will never know they had something worth so much. Will you be one of those people? Or will you take action and turn that penny into a fortune? If you have a collection of pennies, or if you've ever wondered what's hiding in your drawer, now is the time to act. Don't let this opportunity slip away. The world of rare coins is waiting for you, and with the right knowledge, you can change your life. So what are you waiting for? The search for a 2015 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny might just lead you to the biggest payday of your life. Imagine being able to sell one of these for millions and live the life you've always dreamed of. The question is, are you ready? Ready to search, to find, and to sell your way into a life of wealth and freedom? The 2015 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is out there. Now it's up to you to find it. Don't wait, your future could be just one penny away.